And in local news, police are on the lookout for a masked individual known as Death Man, wanted in the brutal murder of 2 residents found dead in their home earlier this morning. Law enforcement has asked citizens to be extra cautious at night and to stay at home and lock their doors when possible. That's all for now on June 3rd, 1986. Stay tuned for the Midnight Mayhem of WQRT's Terror on the Air.
Tonight's program is brought to you by Bonnie's Big Old Burgers. Not as big as they used to be, but still pretty hard to eat. Bonnie's is guaranteed to be the only burger that'll make you say, whoa, whoa, that's too much. Bonnie's, you know where to find us.
Well, my, welcome to the program. Before we get started, did you hear that news alert? Deathman. Not a terribly creative name, that one, huh? Sounds like something my ex-wife Donna's new boyfriend Doug would come up with. Guy's got a plumbing business called We Are Plumbers. Honestly, good guy, though. I'm really happy for them both. I mean, would I take her back in an instant if she asked? Sure. What can I say? Donna, I love you forever. Anywhoosie, I'm Jimmy Frights, and you're listening to Terror on the Air. I'll be with you for the next 2 hours as we delight in your very own tales of the supernatural. And I know things are getting real deal spooky out there, but that doesn't mean we can't continue to have a creepy crawly time in here. And as an added incentive, a reminder that the person who calls in with this week's most terrifying tale will win 2 front row tickets to see the Jay Giles Band at the 74th Annual Cakewalk later this month. That's right, you can stroll right past the sheet cake and the line, because you're going to be up close and personal with the pride of Worcester, Massachusetts. I can just picture it now. It's practically a freeze frame. Okay, enough of that. Let's get the blood flowing and the heart pumping. It's time for the terror to commence. So, caller, you're on with Jimmy Frights. Give me the chills.
Hi there, Jimmy.
Oh, hello. What's your name?
My name's Dallas Cowboy.
Sorry, your name is Dallas Cowboy?
My legal name is Dallas, last name Cowboy.
Okay, well, your parents were fans of the franchise then? They are America's team.
Yeah, I was actually born on the stadium field.
Wow. Well, that sounds like a whole different kind of story. Not a spooky one, but one I would love to hear. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, you see, I'm the head owner of this wax museum in town.
Wait, you own the wax museum?
That's me.
No way, Dallas. I've been meaning to get over there. I gotta tell you, it looks like an exciting place.
It's pretty fantastic. There are 5 rooms and only 5 rooms.
Wow, and how many bodies would you say fit in each room?
1.
Okay, you have 5 wax figures at your museum?
5 wax figures, and they're all of the mayor at different ages.
Wow, that's okay, so it's a mayor museum as much as it is as a wax museum.
We don't like to call it the mayor museum because that seems inclusive, so we like to call it the wax museum.
And you know what, Dallas? I appreciate that. That's exciting stuff. And you know what to talk about? I mean, wax museum. You want to talk about spooky, scary? Well, you got a creepy job, and I hope you got a creepy story to share.
Oh, so, I do.
Oh boy! All right, Dallas. Whenever you're ready, lay it on me, my man.
Well, I just thought I'd call and tell you about this one time when I had my son.
When you had your son? Okay. No, I don't. I'm pausing. You just got started. It sounds like you're either saying when you gave birth to your son or you once had a son and now you don't?
Now, I know it sounded like I gave birth to my son, and that is how I led the story, but
okay,
that
great.
is incorrect.
Oh, okay, great. Sorry?
My now ex-wife and I had a son.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
But he went missing.
Oh, no.
This was way back in 1981.
Wow, this thing is off. Wow, you want to talk about right out of the gate. Okay, yeah, lay it on me.
So, yeah, we lived out, in the countryside of the town.
Sure, yeah.
We had a large back area, and my son was 5 at the time, and he would just go out and he'd say, "Daddy, I want to go play in the pond," and so we would let him, right? Okay, and then so one day he went out there, but he did not come back for supper. And we waited, and we waited. We waited a few days.
Right.
Then we said, okay, I guess we got to go check and see if he's out there
You
still.
waited a few days?
Now, we waited a few days because we said he's resourceful.
Is this something he had done before? The behavior you're describing is like a cat.
Shockingly, no.
Okay, he'd never been out that long.
He had never been out this long. It was his first time.
You and your ex-wife were still sort of just like, hey, let it roll.
We said he'll come back.
Right.
He'll come back. He's like a dog.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Children aren't typically like boomerangs in my experience, but I'm not here to tell you about parenting.
Well, this was our first one, so this was our trial and error.
Yeah, a little more of the latter, I think, than the first. Okay, but no. Okay, so I'm sorry. Let's get back to it. Your son is gone for days out in the pond.
Gone for days.
Okay.
So we called the local sheriff.
Uh-huh.
They did a search.
Right.
Could not find him.
Wow. Okay, I gotta say, I'm surprised. I don't remember any of this happening.
You must have been asleep that year.
You know what? You say it was 81?
81.
That was a bad year for me. Now that I'm thinking about it, things were pretty rough. I too have an ex-wife. Her name is Donna.
Donna.
Yeah.
She comes to the wax museum.
Oh, you know Donna.
She does. She loves wax.
Oh, and that is true. Yeah, man, we had so many candles at our apartment. But now that you're saying it, we were having a rough year. So understandable. That's why I missed it. But okay, the local sheriff does the search, doesn't find the body.
Doesn't find anything.
I don't want to describe it as a body yet. I don't want to presume anything.
You don't know.
I don't know,
You
and I
know
don't.
where this
and I
is
hope.
Gonna go.
I, for the sake of the story, spookier the better. But for the sake of your personal life, I hope your son. Anyway, continue.
So, anyways, the sheriff put out a local search.
Right.
Continued for months.
Okay.
My wife and I didn't last. She couldn't look at me anymore.
Right.
And I think that was just on a personal level and not because our son was gone.
Right. You just think you drifted apart. This was just basic irreconcilable differences, not the fact that potentially one or both of you made a decision to just say, he's okay.
Exactly.
Okay,
It was
sure.
a mutual decision, and I'm standing with that.
And you know what? I respect that decision, okay? Because, Donna says that we got, we drifted apart for other reasons that I disagree with. But continue, okay? So it's months now, and your son is still nowhere to be found.
Months have gone by.
Okay.
My wife has left me.
Okay.
I am now alone in my house.
Right.
Cut to 1984.
Wow. Okay, sure, okay.
3 years later.
Right, yep, that's the math.
I get a ring-a-ling-ding on my phone.
Oh, no.
I said, no one's called me in 3 years.
No one has called you in 3 years?
My phone has never rang.
Ever?
No.
Oh, my God. And wait, you mean in your life or just since 1981?
Just since 1981.
Okay, because that'd have been something. Okay, so no one has called you in 3 years. Not even like, I don't know, your mom to check up on you?
No, because she lives down the road, so she just comes over when she needs something.
Sure. Or the cable guy?
Cable guy? I don't even know who that is.
Right. Well, yeah, I wouldn't know this specifically. That's more of like a general. But okay, great. So your phone rings and you're like, holy cow.
My phone rings. I said, what is that sound?
Right, because you wouldn't have. Yeah, it would be unrecognizable to you.
Took a few minutes. Finally found it. Answered the phone.
Right.
Sheriff.
Is that what the voice said?
It was the sheriff.
Oh, it was the sheriff. The way the inflection in your voice made it sound like you picked up the phone and you heard the word sheriff.
Shockingly, no.
Okay, great. Okay, so the sheriff is on the phone.
The sheriff called, and then I said, Sheriff.
Okay, great.
He said, we found your son.
No.
I said, well, how can that be? He said, well, come on down to the station and find out.
Okay, great.
So I walked.
Okay.
Took a couple hours.
You walked there. No amount of speed or haste in your decision to get down there at all?
Well, by this point, it had been 3 years, so I kind of honestly forgotten about him.
Oh, okay.
So I said, well, if this is him, he'll be there.
Okay.
So I got to the station.
Right.
He said, Dallas, I present to you your son.
Okay.
And it wasn't him.
What? It's just some other little boy?
Now, they had said it was him, and this boy ran up to me and gave me a hug like he did know me.
Okay.
But I did not recognize his scent.
And that's the first thing that you expect to recognize in a child of your own is his scent?
Exactly.
If I asked you to describe what your child looked like, you wouldn't do it, but you could tell me what he smelled like?
100%.
Okay, all right. That's like a wolf's behavior.
Exactly.
All right. And you consider yourself a bit of a wolf?
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. I'll accept that. It was that sounded like more of a small dog.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, and it is. And that is my opinion. And you're right about that. Okay, so they present to you just some other person's child. This is just some little boy.
Presumably this is my child, but I know deep down in my heart that this is not my son.
This is not your kid.
But this boy,
the kid's acting like...
This 8-year-old boy came up to me and said, "Hi, Daddy." And I said, "I do not know you."
Oh, no. Right there in front of everybody?
Right there in front of everybody.
Okay.
But they would not let me leave unless I took him home.
Wow, this seems irresponsible on a number of parties, but okay.
So anyways, I walked him home.
Okay.
Got to my house.
Yeah.
He seemed to know the place pretty well. I was very suspicious.
Okay, all right.
So then I picked up that phone and I called my ex-wife.
Oh, sure. Okay.
And I told her, which I was shocked that the sheriff did not also call her as well.
Now were you okay? Yeah, that is a surprising detail. But perhaps they only had your married number on file.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, and they didn't. Did they know you were separated?
No.
Then they probably thought they were calling both of you.
Yeah. And I did not tell them.
Right. Yeah.
So I called her.
Uh-huh.
She came over. She brought her new husband, Craig.
Oh no, Craig sounds like an ass.
What kind of name is Craig for an adult human man?
Not one that a person should have.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm here for you on that. Let me tell you about a guy named Doug. Anyway, you continue.
She came over.
Uh-huh.
She seemed to recognize this boy immediately.
Okay, so she's like, "Oh my God, our son."
Yeah. And I said, "Is everyone in on this?"
Oh no, you think
I knew this was not our child.
because of the scent.
Because of the scent.
And now, if you, in one word, if you had to encapsulate what you think your real son smells like is... Go ahead now.
Sorry, it's hard for me.
I get it. I'm sorry if this is difficult.
It's hard for me.
I appreciate you calling in.
His scent was, before he ran out into the woods, it was just kind of like a if you took a hard-boiled egg and you left it in the sun for a couple days.
Wow, that's a kind of a rank smell.
Yeah, but it was my son.
Right, and I'm not here to judge that.
And
right?
I loved it.
Right, and you should, because it's your son. Okay, and now this new boy's scent is what?
Paprika.
Oh, okay. All
He
right.
smelled like lavender and paprika, which are two scents you never put together.
Ever? No. Yeah, I've never seen that candle. Okay, but continue.
So anyways, we made dinner. We had a good time. Well, they had a good time.
Right.
I studied his behavior.
Yeah, because they're like, oh man, Craig, and what was your ex-wife's name?
Karen.
Craig and Karen.
Craig and Karen.
Yeah, that sounds like two names that should be together.
She kept her last name though, so she's still Karen Cowboy.
Karen Cowboy. Wow.
She's a Karen Cowboy.
That hurts. I'm sorry about that.
It hurts.
That's a bummer kind of a thing. But so Craig and Karen and the little boy, which I don't know, we never got his name, did we?
No.
And I'm sorry for not asking him.
It's okay. His name's Austin.
Okay, Austin. So he was Austin Cowboy and you were Dallas Cowboy?
That's correct.
Wow, you're fun.
We like to stick with the family.
Yeah, you know what? And I appreciate that. Okay, so Austin and Craig and Karen are having a hoot and hollering time.
Having a great time.
Yeah, okay, they made dinner, they're enjoying themselves, but you're in the corner and you're like, what? I don't buy it.
I stood in the dark corner and I watched.
Okay.
I watched them play games and I watched Karen and Craig get a little too drunk to where then they passed out.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Austin was gone.
What, again?
I said, "Where did that little son of a bitch go?"
Yeah, how does this happen?
I don't know. But then all of a sudden I saw the light on in our basement.
No, okay.
So I creeped down.
All right.
Creeped down to the basement, and all I heard was Austin playing a little game by himself, but he was playing Guess Who.
Okay.
And I said, "Boy,
Yeah.
who you talking to?"
Uh-huh.
And he said, "No one, Daddy.
What?
I'm just playing Guess Who."
But that's not a game you can play by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need a partner for that game.
Exactly.
But did you hear any other voices?
I heard no other voices.
But it sounded like he was enwrapped in a game with someone.
with someone.
Right.
All of a sudden,
Uh-huh.
I said, "Can I play with you?"
Yeah.
And he said, "If you want to, Daddy.
Okay.
I'm about halfway through."
Oh.
So I
he
said,
was
"I'll
gonna make
figure
you...
it out."
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to make you wait until he finished that round, but you were just going to jump right in.
No, I was going to jump right in.
Okay.
And so I sat down and I said, "Does your person look like my son?"
Oh.
And he said, "Yeah."
What?
So I put down those pieces. I put down Michelle.
Uh-huh.
I put down Todd.
Right.
I put down Charlie.
Uh-huh.
But who was left?
I don't know.
Austin.
No.
I turned around that game piece and I said, "Is this my son?" And that little boy turned his head all the way around.
Oh, God, like an owl?
Like an owl.
Okay.
Snapped back and he said, "Who?"
No. Oh, like an owl would say. Oh, you...
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
the fridge door opened.
Oh, this one's giving me real good chills.
The basement fridge.
Okay.
Where we keep the meats and the other stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that doesn't fit in the fridge upstairs.
Exactly.
Right.
But instead of a real fridge,
Uh-huh.
it was a door.
What?
And inside, I heard, "Help me, Daddy."
No, your kid... Oh, no, the
Help
real
me,
Austin has
Daddy.
been trapped for 3 years in a fridge door?
You guessed it. I walked in and I saw an old man. And I said,
It just... When you say walk in, this...
I walked into the walk-in fridge.
Right, and what does this room look like? Or is it like or almost more like a space? It's undefined, like you're in
I walked
another
in
realm.
and it was like a glass room.
Oh, no.
It was a glass room and all around us were stars.
Okay.
So it felt like we were floating in outer space.
Right, good. Okay.
And I saw an old man just sitting naked and wet
No.
in the
Ooh.
middle of the room.
Ooh, okay.
And I said, "Who the hell are you?"
Yeah.
And he looked up at me and he said, "I'm your son."
No.
And I
Time
said-
passes different in this plane?
"What is this?"
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that boy that was supposedly my son walked
Yeah.
in behind me. And he said, well, he didn't say anything because he just started slow clapping.
No.
And he said, "You figured it out.
What?
You guessed who."
The whole thing is a game?
The whole thing was a game. Apparently, my son had been trapped in my basement in this star room.
Right.
Where time worked differently.
Right, because now he's an old man.
He was supposed to be 8 years old. He was 88.
No, 80 years have passed for this poor little Austin.
80 years.
No. Okay, and what happens then? He's slow clapping.
I picked that frail old wet man up. Put him in my arms.
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't care if you're 8 or 88.
Right.
I will always love you."
That's a nice thing to say. That's a good sentiment. That's a good dad.
Turned around. But that boy,
Yeah.
that was supposedly my son.
Right, this new fake Austin that smells like lavender and paprika.
Exactly.
Right.
He had unzipped his skin.
What? No.
He had unzipped his skin. And
From where? Where was the zipper?
From the top of his scalp just down to his nipples.
Oh, no. Okay.
He was able to squeeze out from the rest of it.
Yeah, like a contortionist.
It was beautiful, but also horrifying at the
Right.
same time. And I said, "I knew it. I knew you weren't my son." And he said,
Oh, okay.
and I said, "What?"
Yeah?
And he said,
Oh, no.
and my son that was in my arms said,
Right.
"I understand him, Daddy."
Oh, no. Translate.
And I said, "Explain." And my son said, "One of us can leave. The other must stay in the room."
Oh, no.
So you know what I did?
What?
I left that 88-year-old in that room and I said, "I still got a full life to live."
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I thought that meant only that like the little fake boy or the other one could stay. You interpret that it as either you or the old man.
Yeah, and that was actually what it was.
Right,
So I had failed the game.
Oh no!
I had failed the game.
So you just walked right out. That's why you preface it as "when I had my son," because I was like, oh, it sounds like you're getting your boy back.
Yeah.
But you just left him in that star room.
Spoiler alert. I done left him again.
Shoot. Okay. What?
So I closed that fridge.
Okay.
And I brought that alien boy back with me and I said, "Listen, if we're gonna make this work, we gotta get on the same page."
Okay. And what does that mean exactly?
That means that you're gonna have to rub hard-boiled egg all over your body for the remainder of your lifetime so I can pretend that you're my son.
Right, because otherwise you can't buy into the illusion.
Exactly.
Okay, so you are raising a child. It's just
I'm
not
currently raising a quote-unquote child.
right. Okay, that truly you have satisfied the prompt, sir. That is haunting.
Did I spook you?
Yeah, in a number of ways, both in the content of that narrative and in your quality as a man.
It's pretty good, right?
What? I'm not here to judge. In my opinion, does not matter. It's just saying choices were made in that story that are gonna stick. They're gonna stick with me.
And they'll stick with me too.
Yeah, and they should stick with you for a long time.
I just thought someone else should know this story because...
And I appreciate it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, definitely I think so far in the front runner for those Jay Giles tickets, because that... Oh, buddy. Anyways, I appreciate you calling in. That, boy, that's gonna stick with me, I think. And I thank you, Dallas Cowboy.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you again, Dallas Cowboy, for calling in. This has been a real spooky treat, and I appreciate it. And best of luck running the Wax Museum.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you there.
And I promise I will be there. I will be there.
Maybe we'll make a wax sculpture of you.
Well, that would be something, huh? It'd be me and the mayor, I guess.
It would be lovely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Actually, someone's walking in right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Well, look, it's not your, it's not the fake Austin, is it?
Oh, no, he's at the fair.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Hi, sir. Actually, we're closed right now. No, what is that?
Dallas?
What do you have? Is that a knife?
Okay.
No, the wax figures are not here for you to sculpt your own.
No,
They're
Dallas,
already made.
Why don't you just hang up? No, Dallas? Dallas, what's going on? No, Dallas Cowboy. Dallas? Dallas, you still there? Buddy, Dallas.
I'm afraid that they're indisposed at the moment.
What? Who is this?
You can call me Death Man.
Okay, Death. Wait a minute. You mean the guy from the news? Well, what have you done to the collar? Death Man? Well, that's not good.